Thanks for tuning in. As always, thanks to Delta Exchange for sponsoring the stream. I just wanted to quickly show you this before we start. They got this new feature which is really cool. If you want to trade options and you're a noob like me, they have this simplified version now where you can basically pick your price, pick your expiry date, and it will find a trade, and it'll basically work out your P&L and that kind of thing, like this. The reason I'm short ETH personally is I just think this momentum's dropping quite badly on the hourly. We've had these moves recently as well where we get the sell-off, and then what happens is FTX, it's basically all FTX, they squeeze up, and then what's happened this morning is this little tiny range, I'll show you on the footprint, this little tiny range, this is the footprint for this tiny range on ETH. They've basically, if I pull up this, turn that off, they've basically been longing into every high to the tune of like, in fact I need to put CVD on, CVD, what have I done? Oh, it's top. They're about 150, 200 mil deep in longs just in this little range, and they've been getting absorbed. You can see the longs piling in here. It's kind of insane, to be honest. So if it gets back below 1570, they're gonna have to puke pretty hard. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, like, my annoyance and frustration over the last week has been trying to position for the swing, getting shaken out due to being pleb, probably. But I know that, like, when I catch it and ride it, it kind of pays for itself.
Yeah,
but
sure.
it just feels like edging.
Wow.
Feels
wow,
like
that was the way you're describing it.
Yeah.
It seems, I posted yesterday to say that, like, everybody was so bad at calling the top of the bull market, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now everybody seems to be basing their crypto buys on trying to figure out when another bull market dies. The self-fellatio part, I hit my swing short yesterday full target, which was a beauty on TRB.
Nice.
And I've been basking in that because
Binance has decided to sort of go in with about 70,000 ETH long above 1580 today, like an absolute hero. So, right, questions. Some thoughts on 1 inch? Well, I don't even know how to answer that. I was going to make a Vitalik joke, but it's.
I knew that's where your head was going to go. I knew it.
Always.
Of course.
It depends what the ES wants to do, sadly. That's the annoyance. That's been the annoyance of my trading recently, is we've missed so many stop runs because ES has rolled over early. And we've not taken the liquidity that I've just been missing my setups, basically.
The only time really the merge discussions come in are when price is going up.
Exactly.
So I remember everybody saying at 1900, well, the merge is coming, we're all bullish, everything looks great on ETH, and then we just get Omega rejection. It's regardless of any fundamental stuff, I should see it reflected in the chart, right? I should have something, a key level, a flip, a div, whatever it might be, that gives me an entry, regardless of fundamentally what's going on.
Well, while we're on this, what's your take on the ES? What do you got any bias on? Well, while we're on this, what's your take on the ES? What do you got any bias on? Well, while we're on this, what's your take on the ES? What do you got any bias on? Well, while we're on this, what's your take on the ES? What do you got any bias on the ES currently? I mean, the 6 hour kind of looks like potential bottom.
Yeah, I think there's good divergence on the 4 hour as well. So I think even with your bands, I think you've got the really nice kind of divergence play into the last lows. So I like the RSI and the AO div down on this last move. Even somebody who doesn't have access to the detail of the volume that's transacting there, I think you can see that just in the price action that's occurring. It's from my perspective, it's like TRB, it's whenever I see price action where you can see kind of, you can almost visualize the struggle just on candlestick chart, right? Like it's always one of those areas I'm like, ooh, I bet you Jim could tell me more about what's actually taking place here, right? Because like I can see it, but I haven't got the level of detail that you have.
So just looking at ETH now, he's opened another 10,000 long into 1600s. This guy's a hero. Whatever happens here, we're going to get a significant move in the next like hour, I would imagine.
Wow, you're going to put a time limit on it as well?
Yeah.
All right.
This is
this the bait to keep people here for another hour? You're like, guys, in 1 hour we could see a huge move.
This is breaking point, and I'm saying we're either going here or here. That's our range. I'm going to mark it.
All right.
15 minutes. This is the ribs here. Since 1417, we're up 1.1 million. Is that just ETH? Let's convert it to USD. Yeah, we're at 1.6 billion in positive delta on $300 move, and spot's pretty much at the same level, which is never a good sign for longs, really. So it's a case of, you know, is it going to grind down and then do this and then this, or is it going to do this and then this? Either way, if you're positioned, which I am, sadly, regrettably, I'm not taking my own advice.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I was literally about to say, he's going to give you a warning here about positioning whilst the man is sat in a position.
Yeah, but I am chief martingale of CT, so don't copy me. But if I wasn't professional martingale, I think if you're long or short in this range, you're going to be wrong before you're right. Put it that way.
The problem that I keep on saying to everybody is, I think like even on BTC, I think the bottom support at 19 is questionable anyway, because we've only been down there like twice.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like I can sit there and be like, yes, it's absolutely a strong support level, because I don't think there's enough data to say it's a strong support. And it's the same with a lot of these markets. You know, actually the range lows that I have only been tested once, right? They're like the original sell-off bounce points, and that's it. Yeah, because like the BTC chart is a really good example. You know, it's like I want to call that 19k region, I want to call that the range low, right? And then I want to stick the range high at where we just been to, you know, potentially a little bit lower with a failed move to the outside at 24 plus. And you know, I kind of want to call this region the range for the next period of time. But given those 19k lows, I'm like, how confident am I that super strong support versus, you know, the covering, the exhaustion, and then we just get continuation of the trend?
You know, and the likelihood is, as far as I'm concerned, based on the initiation breakout candles, this should be a massive reactionary zone here, in my opinion.
I think there's many better charts right now for considering the swing on that side.
Just looked at, I like the weekly too, as far as you have the big reversal candle last week, kind of backfilled, I would imagine 60% of that. Yeah. And you got these beautiful equal lows here below.
Yeah.
I think it's a great setup. I might actually trade a shitcoin for once.
Yeah, it just looks really good. And like I said, or like we've been discussing, like the invalidation is so close, and also I think it also to me looks like one of those markets that if it does start trading higher, there's probably a relatively decent long you can ping out of it as well.
Short sellers, people that really make money in stocks, they don't short Walmart, they don't short Home Depot, they don't short the great companies, Johnson & Johnson. They short stocks down from 80 to 7. They'd like to short it at 16 or 22, but they figured out at 7 that this company is going to go to 0. They just haven't blown taps on this thing yet. It's going to 0. And they're selling short at 7, they're selling short at 6, at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, at 1 1/4. And you know to sell something short, you need a buyer. Somebody has to buy the damn thing. And you wonder, who's buying this thing? It's these people saying it's 3. How much lower can it go? You know? Yeah. Short sellers, people are...
Class. Absolute class. But that gives me Coinbase vibes all day.
Amazing. It's like, you know, if it heads to the lower high, that's probably an area to take some profit.
Yeah.
But, you know, otherwise, you know, I think it's definitely one to keep an eye on for sure.
I mean, if you targeted a sweep of these equal highs, 30%, with a stop at the day's low at 10%, a 3-to-1 trade, you know, small position size. Has this guy puked any yet? This guy's so offside. It's no. Oh, this is Atom. Yeah, Atom's a great setup now with this candle. This is the candle of pain. This is the degenerate candle of pain. Right
You
here.
honestly, you're making me panic about my short now when you're speaking with such confidence about it. It's like, this is the candle of pain. I'm like, fuck, do I have to market close this?
So you nearly. I can't remember the last time I had a swing position that was a home run without, you know, a few days or even weeks of pain waiting for it to. Because they're trying to shake you out. They want as much liquidity off you as possible before the move.
And that's literally the exact discussion I had on TRB. Like, when you look at the TRB structure at the highs at 40 plus, like, it's wild volatility. And, you know, I always say that whenever you get periods of like high volatility, but in a range, in like a consolidation region, but you've got high swings, it's usually because something is developing, right? They don't want you in the market. You're pushed out of position multiple times, and then they hit you with the big move.
Gee, this move though, that's absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. It's the kind of volume you see before the Whopper move. I'm almost convinced. Although I think last time I said I'm almost convinced on your stream, we did the exact opposite. So.
Is the price action the fat guy on stilts, or is the ETH buyer?
The ETH buyer is the fat guy on stilts.
Okay.
And he's about to get smoked.
And the guy who's absorbing is the guy that's like, you know, keeps on poking him in the back to try and get him
he's
to
gonna
fall over.
sweep the
And
stilts
he's eventually just gonna like just karate kick the stilts out from under him.
Yeah. BitBoy is the fat guy on stilts. Yeah.
So that's what we're saying. BitBoy on stilts.
BitBoy perched on Vitalik's stilt. Throw another penis joke in.
Not a cider fan.
What are you? Are you a lager man?
Yeah, do you know I went through, obviously, like everybody did, probably like a phase of really enjoying, like, you know, pale ales, any IPAs. Like, I prefer like kind of like the fruitier ales. Mm-hmm. But then actually, like during the summer, like a lager just hits the spot. Like, it's cold, refreshing, like it just hits the spot. So I've been like, fuck all the pale ale shite. Just give me a lager.
And also, thanks to Delta Exchange for sponsoring the stream. You can check them out using the link in the description, or you could use CBS's. But I think you get slightly better fee reduction if you use mine. So.
And better trades, I think.
Yeah, so I'd definitely favour mine, but it's up to you. Right, mate. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your holiday.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.